What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God continue to guide you, keep you, comfort you, aid you in your growth and development, as well as the healing stage of your life. Family, man, we have to grow up emotionally. Today, I'm going to continue our series on the 22 major arcana cards. Today, we're talking about the Hangman. The Hangman. I really like this card. I do. I talk about this card a lot without even actually talking about the card. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. If you followed this channel for a while or a little bit, I talk a lot about my life. I talk a lot about the things that I've gone through. Not because they still affect me in a negative way, but because I've had to learn to heal and deal with all the crazy stuff that I've had to go through. You know, talked a lot about my childhood, as far as my father not being in my life, as far as my father murdering my mother when I was 2, about being molested twice by guys in church, my wife passing away 9 years ago. Talk about a lot of the pain and the struggles that I've gone through. And I talk about those things because, man, so many of us are going through things, you know what I mean? And if we're not careful, we'd start to think that it's just me. I'm the only one going through this. Nobody understands me. Nobody can, man, my life doesn't make sense. And man, nobody gets the pain and the struggle and the frustration and the anger and the hostilities and all this other crap that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? And one of the things that I've had to deal with, we're talking about the Hangman. Stay with me. And the thing with the Hangman is just represents, man, you got to change your perspective in life. And that's the whole reason why the guy is hung upside down, to dump out all that negative, toxic crap, and that's what we need. Every one of us have to go through this process of being flipped upside down so that all that negative garbage, all that crazy shit that we're holding on to can fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? This is essential to your growth and development. You cannot grow and be all that you came here to be without being flipped upside down and having your perspective of life completely changed. You've got to grow up and understand, man, I gotta let all this shit go. I gotta let go of all this anger, this unforgiveness, this hatred, this prejudice, this whatever it is that you're holding on to, this self-hatred, whatever, it doesn't matter. You've got to be flipped upside down and have all of that stuff just come falling out. You know what I mean? You gotta pull your pockets inside out. Why? Because you need a new perspective of life. And I don't care what you've gone through. Again, I've gone through some shit. You know what I mean? A lot of shit. Whatever it is that you've gone through, there's a beautiful life lesson behind it. If you get tapped into universe, source, God, and the Most High, and understand what it is that I'm supposed to learn from this, how I'm supposed to take this experience and use it for my benefit, but not only my benefit, but for the benefit of humanity. That's what a light worker is. That's what a child of God is. That's what a healer is. That's what a starseed is. We go through all this crazy shit, and it fucks us up. Whatever it is, we go through all this crazy toxic shit. And so many people go through similar things and they lose their mind because they can't handle it. So many people go through similar things and sometimes less things, you know what I mean? And they get strung out on dope because they can't handle the pressure. So many people go through similar things and they put a bullet in their head or they pop a bunch of pills and commit suicide. And yet for whatever reason, we're still here. And the truth is, we're here to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love. in a darkened world. And you can only be a beacon of love. You can only be a beacon of hope once you've gotten a new perspective of life. Once you got tapped in the universe, source, God, the Most High, and oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I thought I was supposed to be doing the whoop and da-da-da-da and all this other crazy, stupid shit. And then God changes your perspective once you get plugged in. You're not out there preaching about Jesus and trying to damn everybody to hell and trying to push everybody to heaven. And that's bullshit. And I know that's going to offend some people, and it is what it motherfucking is. You've got to get a new perspective of fucking life. You've got to grow the fuck up emotionally and spiritually. Our job is not to push people to fucking heaven. Our job is not to, quote unquote, try to pull people out of fucking hell. We got to grow the fuck up. That's some stupid, ignorant ass bullshit that they don't spoon fed us to keep us from doing what we came here to do. We get so busy, so occupied trying to fucking save souls that we never fucking grow the fuck up emotionally. We never deal with our fucking trauma. We get so fixated, oh, I gotta get you saved. I gotta get you out of hell. You gotta stop drinking. You gotta stop smoking. You gotta stop fornicating. You gotta stop wearing those fucking crystals. You gotta stop doing tarot. You gotta stop all this stupid ass shit that they push to keep you fucking distracted. To keep you from doing what you came here to do. And that's deal with your motherfucking pain and trauma. Deal with the fucking bullshit that got you fucked up. Emotionally and spiritually. We've got to grow the fuck up. Not the people, I've been saved 25 years. I've been saved 50 years. And you're still fucked up. You've been saved 50 years. You've been running around in the church for 50 years. And you still don't know who the fuck you are. You still don't know why you fucking been here or why you here. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Do what you do. But for those of us that's sick and tired of the bullshit, for those of us that's sick and tired of playing the fucking games, for those of us that's sick and tired of just wasting our fucking life, for those of us that, man, I'm not doing this shit no more. Man, I gotta grow the fuck up. Understand. Everybody ain't gonna do this. Everybody don't want to heal. Because the reality is, man, as long as you stay damaged, as long as you stay a fucking victim, as long as you stay out there fucking hoeing and just doing what the fuck you do, you're gonna get people giving you attention. That's the crazy thing with social media. You could get on social media and you could just, woe is me and da-da-da and all this other stupid ass shit. And people's gonna feed into that negativity. And that's what people are needing. People are drawn to that fucking attention. People need that fucking attention. You know what I mean? Because they're fucking addicts. They're fucking attention whores. And so they need that fucking attention. They need those people's energy. And so me getting on here telling stories about, man, my life sucks and guys ain't shit and black men ain't da-da-da and black women ain't da-da-da and white women are trash and we saying all this stupid ass shit. You're always going to have a bunch of people that feed into that negativity. And for the person doing all the foolishness, doing all that talking, they're going to be like, oh shit, I'm getting all this attention. I'm getting all this energy, all these people, all these subscribers and da-da-da-da and all this other toxic shit. And that pumps up the fucking ego. Oh, this is my purpose. I got 200,000 subscribers. I got 75,000 subscribers. I got 100,000 subscribers and all this other stupid ass shit. We didn't come here for that bullshit. We came here to fucking heal. But people don't want to fucking heal. And it is what it is. But in order for you to be all that you came here to be, in order for you to be the greatest version of yourself, you're going to have to heal. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. If you're ever going to be that beacon of hope, that beacon of love that you came here to be, you're going to have to sit your ass down and fucking heal. There's no getting around it. There's no escaping it. You're going to have to change your perspective of life. And all the shit that you've gone through, that you've held on to with a negative energy attachment to it. I remember sitting there and just being mad at God and angry and just fuck my life and fuck this world and fuck you, God, and da-da-da and all this other shit, because I was so mad at how I grew up. I was so angry at the shit that I went through. God had to sit me down and show me, it's like, look, I know you're mad. I know you're pissed the fuck off. I know you're confused as fuck. But you got to understand something. Everything that you've gone through was for your benefit. Everything that you've experienced. Because you don't understand it. You look at it as, man, these motherfuckers are trying to take me out. These motherfuckers are trying to do that, because you don't understand it. So you have a negative belief system and thought process or thought in regards to it. Because you don't understand the purpose of what you went through. We're going to sit down and we're going to chop it up for a while. And after we chop it up for a while, you get a greater perspective of why you went through whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, why you experienced da-da-da-da-da. And after you have this awakening, after you have this clarification of why you went through all this shit, you won't be walking around as a fucking victim anymore. You won't be walking around full of hate anymore. You won't be walking around with all this fucking anger anymore. You only have this low vibrating shit because you have not tapped into me as far as God to begin to understand your past. This is real shit right here. Once you get that understanding, once you get that clarification, once you have that awakening, you have that aha moment. Now it's like, I get it. I get it. Man, I had that all wrong. You know what I mean? Man, that shit sucked, but I had it all wrong. And the reality is sucks so much because my perspective about it was twisted. Catch that. The situation still occurred, but my belief system attached to that situation completely changed. And because my belief system changed about that situation, the act still occurred. My father still murdered my mother when I was 2 years old. I lost my mama and my daddy at one time. I was still molested twice. But what changed is how I begin to look at those situations. I had that aha moment where my perspective about the situation changed. And because my perspective changed, my feelings towards the situations changed. And so I'm no longer full of rage and anger and hatred. I begin to get filled with love and compassion. and mercy. Why? Because my feelings about the situations changed. Because my belief system about the situation changed. And when my belief system changed, I was able to talk about these things with authority and power and love to help others deal with the same or similar traumas or whatever their traumas is. But in order for us to do that, man, we have to have that aha moment. We have to have that Hangman experience where our world is flipped upside down. And all that negative, toxic energy falls by the wayside. And now God is able to fill us with the truth. See, it goes back to the old saying where a cup that's already full can't be filled with something else. I'll say it again. If your cup is already full, I can't pour any more in there. In order for me to pour something in there, you got to first begin to dump out what's inside the cup. What's inside that cup is self-hatred. What's inside that cup is anger and bitterness, resentment, unforgiveness, and all this other stuff, fear and just everything else. Low self-esteem, and the list goes on and on and on. That's all inside the cup. I can't put more love in there. I can't put wisdom in there. I can't put anything else in there because the cup is full. So I gotta be hung upside down and start dumping all that shit out. So that the truth can be poured in. And when the truth is poured in, you see the love, the wisdom, the compassion, the understanding, the gratitude, the forgiveness. And there's a whole other list of all the beautiful things that's now inside that cup that couldn't be inside that cup when all that low vibrating negative toxic shit was there. You gotta catch that. So often, man, we look at life as, man, when shit gets flipped upside down as a bad thing, as a negative thing. It's not always a negative thing. Very rarely is it a negative thing. It's only a negative thing because you see it as a negative thing, because you don't understand it. You don't understand what's taking place. You see, man, I'm losing my relationship. I lost the love of my life. I lost this. I lost my job. I lost my car. I lost my house. You see the superficial, physical shit. Because you're caught up in your emotions. You don't see what's taking place in the bigger picture. You don't see that this is in a beginning, a new beginning for you. This is a new opportunity for you. Because all this other shit has been dumped upside down or taken away, now the opportunity for the right shit to come into your life. You gotta catch that. You was attached to the wrong person, and so he had to break your heart, or she had to break your heart. Why? So that God can bring in the right person. You had to leave that toxic ass job. Why? For the right job or career or business opportunity to come into your life. it is what it is. Man, I hope and pray that it says something to encourage you, to inspire you, to even challenge your way of thinking. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.